Hi, I'm Anthony F. Elmore in downtown Memphis on the mighty Mississippi River, bringing you another hot and fiery Black Memphis history lesson. This is five-time world karate kickboxing champion Anthony F. Elmore. I am at the home of Mr. Deon Bates. You see, I am Memphis' first independent feature filmmaker. You see, now I am doing the movie, or we are doing the movie. It's called Rock and Roll, a Black Legacy. Now, what is interesting about the movie we're doing, we are doing guerrilla filmmaking. And to do guerrilla filmmaking, that is, you ain't got no money, you ain't got nothing, but you're gonna go out there and you're gonna make a movie. And one of the exciting things about our guerrilla filmmaking is that I have a guerrilla director of photography named Mr. Deon Bates, who is over Memphis Media Insight.
Right, Insight Memphis Media.
Anyway, what we're going to do today, Deon, we want to tell people that even though you may not have the money, but if you don't have the money, you still got to have the incentive. And what I want to show them today is how you, even though we don't have all this big Hollywood film equipment, you kind of like an engineer, and you make up your own stuff. So we're gonna take the time and let Deon Bates show you about some of the things he's invented, and we're gonna go make this movie. And look out for the movie. It's called Rock and Roll, a Black Legacy. Deon Bates is our director of photography. Deon, what we want you to do, we want you to grab some equipment, and we want you to tell everybody about some of the stuff you invented and how you modified stuff. Even though we ain't got no big Hollywood budget, but we still gonna be innovators. Let's look at the equipment.
Okay. Well, hi everybody. I want to show you this equipment right quick. You know, we like right here. This particular piece of equipment I had put together, I built, has the audio factor that it needs, and also it has its own lighting source. Something that every film I always need a lighting source, so that's what I put on this particular piece.
Let's see the light again. Let's see how the light works again.
All right, this light. All right, because you know, filming is, you need great lighting in filming, and I thought about everything when I was putting this together. Audio, great audio. We can mic up to 4 mics, phantom powered mics. We're dealing with the 6K camera, was shooting in 6K, and with the add-ons that I've added, it makes this camera really work well. All right, and back here what we have is what we call a crane, and I built this crane. And what I did, instead of having this big bulky crane, but it moves, it tilts, it does everything that we need for production.
Demonstrate some of that, what it does.
Well, right here. Okay, this camera is basically working from this phone, and I can take and move the camera head right here that you see, this robotic, and I can take and move that camera head. That camera head can spin, tilt, and everything, and get those cinematic shots that we need. As you guys can see it right there. And so I built this, and you can add a monitor to it, and a big monitor, and you can see everything that you need. And this camera, this phone attached to it right there. And also, this is something I built. It can go far up or far down. Also, you know, so what he's meaning about guerrilla tactics of doing things, when you're doing video or media, we don't usually have the type of monies that it would cost for normal equipment, $46,000 camera, $5,000 light. We don't have that at our disposal. But what we do have at our disposal are the same very skills that they have in media, and we're going to use for film. So we're going to use those skills, and we're going to produce a movie using those skills. But like I said, all my equipment that I have is set in a way. We're using 6K. That's what we do for film. 4K, 6K, 8K. Or whatever, but we're gonna be shooting on the formats needed for the big media and the big screen. But we gotta come up with ways to make equipment sometimes and that's the guerrilla side of it, of the skill set.
Let's look at some more equipment you got.
My study vest that I designed.
Now, what's the study vest?
It's basically what this camera sets on, right here. So it was more to this camera that I built, put together. And this camera sets right here, and everything goes together, and I can basically handle this whole camera set. This is guerrilla style, making what you need to handle the situations that might occur.
We asked Memphis Mayor Paul Young to consider getting rid of the Memphis Shelby County Film Commission office was a burden on taxpayers. It would surprise me if you found a single person in Memphis who've ever visited the Film Commission office or even know where it's at. Put an office in Orange Mound where people live. You see, in Memphis, we can bring excitement to Orange Mound, have casting calls, create music. In fact, in 2006, the Academy Award song, It's Hard Out Here Being a Pimp, was made in Orange Mound from 3-6 Mafia. Let's teach youth to shoot movies instead of shooting guns. We have a movie ready for production. We have a racist film commission. Further, no white woman like Lynn Siller needs to be representing people in Orange Mound. The reality is we have a generation Alpha who is not in the library reading books. You can get information from your phone or computer. Let me set an example. Do an online search of 3 words, the contemporary gladiator. What comes up is, and come up as clear as night and day, the contemporary gladiator is a 1988 movie. Do an online search of 2 words. Just do an online search of the words Mystery Train. What comes up is a 1989 movie by Jim Jarmusch. No matter how you put it, twist it, shape it, our black 1988 movie, The Contemporary Gladiator, came out a year before Mystery Train. White Film Commissioner Lynn Sittler and the Shelby County Historical Commission spent tax dollars to credit the white filmmaker Jim Jarmusch as Memphis' first independent filmmaker, whereas they put up a historical marker at G.E. Patterson and Main Street and used tax dollars to do so. You see, the Shelby County Film Commissioner, Lynn Sittler, put a historical marker at G. Patterson and Main Street that robs Black Orange Mound out of its historical asset as the birthplace of independent filmmaking in Memphis. We asked Memphis Mayor Paul Young to stop the Memphis Shelby County Film's racism of using their office to stop filmmaking of us in Orange Mound, whereas they use racist tactics.
Anything else you guys would like to know?
Well, Mr. Deon Bates, we thank you so much. I'm Anthony F. Elmore in downtown Memphis on the mighty Mississippi River, bringing you another hot and fiery Black Memphis history lesson.